In this video, looking at the functional groups, we're going to look at ethers. And ethers are two carbon chains connected with an oxygen, just a single bond oxygen group. It is important to remember that you have the lone pair electrons on that oxygen. Now, you can have the same length of carbon chains, or you can have different lengths of carbon chains on both ends of the oxygen. So here are the rules. You have this oxygen connected between two carbon chains, and it's a single bonded oxygen with the two lone pairs on it. They can be the same or different chains, and you're going to use the regular naming rules, including branches. So, you might have a propane, you might have a butene with a double bond, you might have a 2-methyl butane where you have that carbon group off the side of carbon number 2. What you do, though, is you take the shorter chain and you add oxy to the name, and then you do the second chain with its regular ending. Again, you can have branches and you can have multiple bonds. So you're going to have things like methoxypropane. So here are the examples. We are looking for the shorter chain first. So you can see that this is the shorter chain and it's a single carbon. So that is methyl. So methoxy. And then we do the rest of the carbon change. We got 1, 2, 3. So this is methoxypropane. Over here on the right, shorter chain again is just a 1 carbon group, so that's a methoxy also. And we have 1, 2, 3, so that's a propane as well. And on that propane, we have this single carbon branch, so we have a 2-methyl propane, so methoxy 2-methyl propane. Coming over to the bottom group one, we're going to look at it here. This one is a little bit different. So what we've got going on here is they have connected this kind of differently. So they've divided this up here. You have a single carbon group, so that is the methoxy, and it's connected to a 1, 2, 3, so that's a prop. So it's a propane, and it's on the second carbon, so that's a 2. It's a little bit hard to tell there. So methoxy 2-propane, that's the right side of the structure. And on the left side of the structure, we have a 1 ethoxy group. So that's what happens when you have this second group here. We have another oxygen connected, and it's a 1, 2 carbon group. So 1 ethoxy, methoxy, I'm sorry, that 2 doesn't go there, 2 methoxy propane. Here in the center, you see that we have an OH group and we have our ether. So we are going to look at this as, this is our short chain branch. So that's an ethoxy, connected to a 1, 2, 3, so that's a propanol. It's on our 1 carbon, propanol. The OL ending is for this OH group. So 1 ethoxy, 1 propanol. Looking at the bottom one down here, our short chain is a 1 carbon branch, and now we have this this double here. So on our 1 carbon branch, we have our methoxy, and we are connected to a 3 carbon with a double bond. So that is propene. Okay, so it does get a little bit crazy trying to figure out where you're connecting it, but again, you're just looking at your longest carbon chains to figure out what the name is and what ending you need to add, and then what other things are branched off of it. And it wouldn't be functional groups without some alternate names. So what we have been naming has been like methoxy propane. Well, they also will name it methyl propyl ether because ether is the group. And some people may find that easier, but it's the same as saying methoxy propane. And then over here we have diethyl ether because you have a 2 carbon chain on both sides. So that would be also known as ethoxy ether, ethane, or ethyl ether. Okay? So just be aware if you see things with an ether tagged onto it, it's just another way of naming it.